I am James Welch, and I will be your host today. Today we are presenting the Gala Auditions. Musicians are auditioning for an opportunity to perform at Weill Recital Hall at Carnegie Hall in Gala concerts in New York City. The Gala Auditions are organized by Sound Espressivo, progressive musicians, and virtual concert halls. Auditionees from many countries are seeking guidance and support from the judges through live comments, which you will hear after each performance. Okay, let me first introduce the organizers here. We have, and here are our sponsors and organizers here. Many of them that we could not do this without the support and organization from. And let's see here. We have the Sound Espressivo Global Competition is an online live streamed competition. It combines a competition and live performance experience. Progressive Musicians is an organizer of many competitions and concerts at prestigious venues like Carnegie Hall. Virtual Concert Halls is an internet TV broadcaster providing artists with a virtual stage and ability to reach audiences beyond the walls of conventional concert halls. The goal of these auditions is to encourage, nurture, and reward musicians who are proactive about sharing their art and developing their careers. Sound Espressivo and progressive musicians together are providing opportunities for musicians to discover their unique artistic voice, take initiative, present themselves on their own terms, and carve out their own career paths.
Progressive Musicians and Sound Espressivo are hosting live auditions for our Laureate Gala at Carnegie Hall this summer. Auditions are open to soloists, composers, small and large ensembles. You can also audition for an opportunity to perform a concerto with the New York Chamber Players Orchestra. Don't miss your opportunity to receive a professional video recording of your performance on this world-renowned stage.
So we have many different unique opportunities and awards available, and one of them is from iClassical Academy, and they have generously provided awards in the past and present to many of our musicians and auditionees, and we're extremely grateful for all the support and advertisement you have lent us over the past few seasons. The next one is the James Adler Audience Favorite Award. And, one of my favorite awards as well. I mean, you get to vote on who your favorite performer is in our gala. And it doesn't have to be the best performer. It just has to be your favorite. And they have generously lent a cash prize for one selected individual that you get to choose. We have Steve Robinson, who's an amazing, famous radio host, and has been very generous in lending his time and expertise, in interviewing all of our musicians and even hosting some of our events. And we're very grateful to have Steve and his production company be joining us on this. So, over the next few days, and yesterday, we have been auditioning many wonderful musicians for our galas at Carnegie Hall this season. Selected musicians will perform at Carnegie Hall in June, and we will also be selecting musicians for our gala in November as well. So you'll have to stay tuned to the very end of the auditions to find out who's selected. And I believe we'll be announcing that on May 4th in a separate broadcast. So stay tuned for that. At this point, I would like to introduce the judge. We have with us Giacomo Franci from the New York Chamber Players. and we'll be auditioning concerti today, and Giacomo is the wonderful maestro who will be conducting all of these concerti, and he has organized the New York Chamber Players, founded it in 2004. He has played all over the world as a pianist and a conductor, and he's just fabulous to work with, and we are so pleased to have him here with us today. Giacomo, welcome.
The honor is mine. As I was saying the previous forecast, it's always a pleasure to work with you guys in connection with my orchestra, New York Chamber Players.
Yes, we had our very first Laureate Gala back in November, and we had so many wonderful musicians play in a recital style. We had a cello ensemble from the Kebov Cello School, and we had new compositions, and then I believe, did we have 12 concerti?
Yeah.
It was 12. It was just a nonstop power session of amazing music, and the New York Chamber Players played a huge role in producing that concert and making it sound just glorious in every way possible, all under the baton and under the fingers of Maestro Franci. He also played a concerto while directing with his head and his arms and all that, and it was just fabulous, and we can't wait to do this again.
Yeah, very exciting. Yes.
On that note, we can't wait to hear these wonderful auditions that we're about ready to go here, and I could see all the performers are in the green room, or most of them are out in the performance space ready to go, and I'm rambling because that's what I do and I get excited. So I've been told that we're ready. So let's have our first performer up, Emily Snelbecker, pianist from the USA, and she will be playing the Haydn D Major Concerto, the Vivace movement. Emily, welcome to the stage.
Not yet. You'll see you.
Bravo. Bravo. It's all these concertos, these wonderful concerti we get to hear from all these wonderful musicians, and there's so many notes. And congratulations to you. And I remember, I think I was maybe 14 when I first played this concerto. It just brings back so many memories. I get nostalgic here listening to you, but it was just beautiful playing. Thank you. Giacomo.
Solid playing. You have solid technique. Congratulations. It says a couple of comments about the expressive part. More than, like, I would say more than the expression, the character of Haydn music. You play Haydn a little bit like Beethoven, so there was kind of a heavy sound. In my taste, I don't know if it's a little bit lighter, could be a little bit more in the character of the music. But you know, every one of us, it's good that you put also your own. You feel it yours. You feel the piece that is with you, right? So it would be a long story to talk about this. But brava, congratulations.
Yes, again, congratulations. Yeah, I mean, I do agree with Maestro here. I mean, it's a long story, and this is, I mean, for many people who don't know, this is the third of 3 movements. I mean, so I mean, the story. This is the end of the story for this concerto, and you know, it's quite a journey here. And it was really wonderful to hear you play. Do you have any questions for the Maestro?
I guess not any questions, but I'd just like to say thank you. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well,
Sure.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, great to hear you, and you know, congratulations and keep up the good work. And we should move on to our next performer, Christopher Rocha, also pianist from the USA, and he'll be playing Mozart Concerto Number 23 in A major, K488. Christopher, welcome to the virtual.
Good morning. Yeah.
Thank you very
we
much,
have
Christopher.
Anna back.
Yeah,
Back.
thank you. And Christopher, what a great pleasure to hear this concerto. Wonderful playing. I'm going to invite the judges to give you comments.
Yeah, it's solid playing. How old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
12 years old. Wow. Wow. You are a prodigy. That's beautiful playing. Yeah, there is just you will find like more the phrasing of Mozart, but your technique is already solid. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's all I thought I was already off. Yeah, that's all that's all I have to say. Yeah, it's very very good, especially for your age.
I thank you so much for letting me participate in this Carnegie Hall auditions, and I thank you.
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Welcome.
Yes, it's good to hear you playing, and that's probably, in my opinion, one of the most intimate sounding piano concerti that Mozart wrote, and it's enjoyed by many people. I've never met anyone who didn't like that concerto, and you had a very good spirit to your playing that I enjoyed listening to. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful playing. You're getting all the praises. I'm going to add a little bit of a suggestion. You have a really nice sound on the piano and really, really delicate and wonderful phrasing. I want to encourage you to work a bit more in detail, kind of zoom into all the passages and see if you can polish how the phrasing in the passages goes. Sometimes it's so, all 5 fingers feel different, and they each have a little bit of their own touch, not only for you, for me too, and you can make that a problem, or you can make it an advantage. So sometimes our passages, if not worked through carefully, can sound a little bit bumpy, like you're doing a crescendo and then your 4th finger suddenly just sounds a little less bright than the 3rd finger before it. So if you basically, it's like zoom in and put the notes on string like you're doing with a pearl necklace, and make sure the size of them, the size of the notes goes in direction of your dynamic change, whether that's crescendo or diminuendo or something else. So just a small suggestion, which I think will make the sound of your passage work and the phrasing to more polished, just the way you want, because your intention is so beautiful. We always have to balance the intention and the execution of it. So, but congratulations, beautiful playing.
Thank you so much.
String of pearls analogy. I'm gonna have to use that one, Anna. That made perfect sense to me, and I'm stealing it.
Oh, please be my guest. So wonderful, so many great concertos for this audition. I'm just so excited about everyone performing. Thank you, Christopher, and we'll be moving on to inviting on stage the next performer, a flutist from the United States, Anastasiya Squires, who will be performing a Mozart Flute Concerto No. 2 in D major. Welcome on stage. Standing ovation. Wow, what an amazing performance, and the whole presentation. You're in a great space with a wonderful pianist, and if we can please have your pianist introduced so we can give due respect to your collaborator. Say it again.
Stephen Squires.
Stephen Squires, great pleasure to meet you, Stephen. What a wonderful support you give to Anastasiya. Thank you both for a wonderfully polished performance, and I love every bit of it. The sound, the tempo, the phrasing, the rubato you take, and the confidence, and the way you manage the time. Amazing. And I love your dress. That is also so important, because you know the performance on the 6-foot-tall stage at Carnegie Hall is all of it combined: the playing, the joy, the feeling, the expression, and the visual aspect. And you're gorgeous in that dress. This is wonderful. Thank you to the judges.
Bravissima. I agree with Anna. Very mature performance, even if Mozart was not always mature. So I think that you are a well-rounded musician. You don't need any observation. The only thing I would say, this is in my performance, not always, depends on the situation, but whenever I can, in either a movement or in each movement, I try to find a moment. I call it a moment of magic. What is this moment of magic? You look at the music, and then you already know that in that part the public should be like, what's going on? This is a miracle. Okay, so is that easy to do? No, it's not easy. But a performance can try to find the moment, because you already have everything. So now you can have more. Bravo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bravo.
James?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And yes, the dress. That's just a great color. And very flute-like. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I worked with a lot of flautists over the years. One in particular who was all about the dress. So I've heard so many dress stories with flutes, and I know that you would get her stamp of approval. She's like, "Ooh, yeah." But a beautiful performance, very compelling, very well worked out, and yeah, thank you for bringing that to our stage.
Yes, thank you so much. What a highly polished performance, and sometimes a polished performance may lack the sense of the in the moment, intuitive and inspirational polish, but yours has it all. Just like Maestro Giacomo said, you have it all. And more magic somewhere. Can you do that? Yes, you can. So you can choose where that magic is going to happen. Maybe not spread it all over, but find a moment where you feel that's where we take off from the real world into some imaginary magician world. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, thank you so much for your time listening all this concerto. I hope you enjoyed it.
Absolutely so.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
From the first moment to the last, both of your collaboration, wonderful duo. Thank you. And now we'll be inviting our next performer, also from the United States, a pianist, Austin Liu. And the stage is all yours. Take it away. Oh, my bad. I've announced the wrong person. I apologize. Our next performer is a violinist, Nahvy Baek. And my apologies to the audience and to the performers. I didn't mean to change the order. I just looked at the wrong place on the script. So welcome on stage, Nahvy Baek, violinist from the United States, performing Vivaldi Concerto in G minor. Thank you for a wonderful presentation of this concerto and the whole piece. I liked how you changed the character from one movement to another. Beautiful, powerful playing. To the judges.
I don't know if I pronounce well your name, Nahvy or Nahvy?
Nahvy.
Nahvy?
Nahvy, yeah.
What is your age?
I'm 12.
12? Wow.
It's impressive.
Very impressive.
You have a fabulous teacher.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very good playing for a 12 years old. Yeah. So, and also another thing I noticed is that it looks easy for you. It's just, you look very relaxed when you play. You even don't look at the violin. You are looking somewhere. I don't know, there is your teacher there? Someone listening to you in the room?
I'm just looking like at the screen.
Yeah, you are looking like, that's very easy for you.
A lot of confidence, yeah.
Yeah. So, a couple of points. Maybe more dynamic contrast in that kind of music, Baroque music. There is a lot of not often echo passages. When the passage repeats, you can do a lighter, like a contrast of the two passages, make it more interesting. So Vivaldi look like everything energy. So there is the energy of Vivaldi, but the energy doesn't mean always mezzo forte, forte sound. It can be lighter. But you are very, very, very young. These things you can develop later. Of course, I go with my boring comment about intonation in the high notes. I have heard only Jascha Heifetz not having problem there. So,
and he might have had the problem when he was 12. We just don't know. It takes time to learn.
even him. Okay. Congratulations.
It was really nice to hear you, and I really like this piece too. I along with what the maestro was saying, I mean, there's just a little more dynamic contrast there, but I mean, there's a lot of notes, and I've accompanied this piece more than once, many times, and it's complex, and you handled it really well. In terms of just finding more dynamic ranges and all that, I mean, this piece in particular, I always imagine that, it's more of a rock band accompaniment. And once I get that into my head, and I mention it to the violinist, I've just noticed like a new life takes on with the dynamics and the interpretation, sometimes the tempo too. But I don't know. That's just me, but something to think about, really. I mean, it was very enjoyable to listen to. Congrats.
Congratulations. And Nahvy, thank you so much for a beautiful performance, and we wish you all the absolutely best. You have everything at your disposal, your youth, your talent, your wonderful instrument, and your great teachers. Please take the comments to your studio and see what can be most helpful at this time, and maybe set aside what you don't want to work on right now and revisit it. So congratulations again, and thank you for participating in our auditions. We will be inviting our next performer, and this is a pianist from the United States. Austin Liu will be performing Mozart Concerto No. 25, K503, first movement, Allegro Maestoso. The stage is all yours. Welcome. Congratulations. Wonderful, wonderful performance, Austin. I almost forgot how absolutely finger-breaking difficult this concerto is. It's one of the harder ones for sure. And it sounded especially in some places, it just sounded so light and colorful and so flawless. But not to me, it seems like that kind of quality can be maybe put in every section where you played. Some moments were just much better than the other ones to my ear. But anyway, Maestro Giacomo.
That's a tricky piece. Wow. I never played that. I want to use this as a warm up in the morning when I practice.
Oh.
A very good warm up. Wow. First question. How old are you?
16.
16. So very young. And why did you choose this piece?
I liked how it sounded.
So you heard it from some some pianist in some performance?
Yeah.
Do you remember who was playing it?
No.
No. That's interesting. Okay. I think that when I decided to pursue the piano studies, I had my heroes. I remember one of my heroes was, and is still, Vladimir Horowitz. Then another legendary pianist from Italy, Arturo Benedetti Michelangeli, completely different from Horowitz, of course. But anyway, I think I would suggest you to look at some pianist and like that. You say, oh, I would really like to play like that. Even if you play differently, I think it's a good idea because it keeps you on the momentum of doing better all the time. One thing about virtuoso playing is because the virtuoso playing implies you going very fast and you are going faster than others, therefore you are better. And now you are the best pianist in the world because you're going faster and stronger. I don't believe in that. I think that it's always so. What I'm saying now is sound like a stupid thing, but it's not stupid at all. Piano is a musical instrument. So piano is not the tool to show how good you are. Piano is a musical instrument for me, in my vocabulary. Then maybe you will be very good because you play music. So this is my comment on your play. But bravo on a very difficult piano concerto.
Yeah, it's really hard to combine the conquering those enormous challenges which Mozart presents for every pianist in this concerto. Mozart, after all, was a virtuoso. And then making them support your musical ideas and not become an obstacle of perpetual conquering. Yeah. Okay, James, would you like to add something?
Yes. Yeah, I'm intrigued by the piano and tool and musical instrument comment that Maestro made. And, even with tools, you can create some of the finest looking objects and buildings and all that.
Well, you kind of need tools for that too.
Yeah, well, with the right tools, you can build anything and make it look great. And with the right musical tools, you can play anything and make it sound great. And there were many, many fine moments of this concerto that I thoroughly enjoyed. You have the right tools and you know how to work with them. and we, as artists, we're going to keep crafting and making everything better and better until we can't anymore, or until we find a new way. And it's just the fun of what we do. And I encourage you to keep going with that. And thank you for bringing us to our stage today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. That was a wonderful performance of a great, challenging work for a pianist. And I want to also second Maestro Giacomo's suggestion of looking for heroes in playing, not necessarily those who conquered the world with fame, but those who speak to your taste, to your heart, to your how you envision pieces to be played. And it's not a plagiarism to try and copy how they do that. It can actually teach you a lot of new ideas, inspire you for new ideas, and teach you a lot of their refined, very, very refined tools pianists use for phrasing and shaping the passages, and how much pedal they use for this. Do they use any pedal for, let's say, scale passages? And if so, where, when, how much? And even recording yourself and hearing back that would help you be really focused on what kind of sound you prefer. So if no more comments, do you have any questions, Austin?
No.
All right, then take our comments to your teacher and see what your teacher will recommend you do with them. You have a fine teacher, that's for sure. Let's move on to our next performer and the last performer in this group. It's a duo, clarinet duo from the United States, and I'm going to attempt at saying your names. Please forgive me if it's not quite right. Wenzheng Mu and Guanzhao Huang, clarinet duo from United States, performing Mendelssohn Concertstück number 1 in F minor, opus 113. Welcome on stage. Bravissima! That is phenomenal. Bravo. You had me on my toes the whole time. Thank you. I was like, oh my gosh, they sound so solid. Don't fall apart in these passages. And you didn't. Oh my gosh, that's so hard and such a fabulous ensemble. Bravissima. To maestro.
Not very familiar with the piece that you played. I conducted Mendelssohn many times, other pieces. Whoa, the last part is tough.
Very tough.
It's tough if you play by yourself. If you play in duo, it's tougher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is like I would recommend like you played very well, of course. I mean, but
Thank you.
yeah, to do it even better, like quarter speed of speed in two, very very slow. Then in order for the articulation, sometimes the sound. I think it was the bass clarinet. So the clarity then condition the intonation and vice versa. So that's why you want to listen to each sound, and when it's that fast you cannot listen to it. It's not really the breathing and the keys is the hearing each sound, which you are able to do it when you are making it slower, with the same dynamics that you will make it when you will be playing faster. 1, 2 is the you don't want to play legato slower. You want to play articulated, because if you play legato slower, when you play that fast, will become like a polenta, we say in Italian. So it's you want to predict the fast passage when you play much slower. But bravi, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a great comment. Practicing slow with articulating the notes, which makes it almost impossibly hard, because then you gotta hear that beginning of the note exactly together. But that's the kind of torturous kind of work which produces fantastic results. And your guys are so good. This is probably the next step you can take if you have time to do that. It's a tedious kind of work, but I've done it with ensemble partners, and then in legato playing, it's just like magic. Every note appears exactly together on time. You're very together. You're so together, and such an impossible, nearly impossible piece to play together. But that will take it to the next level of polish, of course. Thank you, Maestro, for bringing this up. Now, James, would you like to add something?
Yeah, bravo, really. I mean, it's great to hear you both, and on such a wicked hard piece. I mean, and yeah, I'll just say, I had a teacher once who said, every single note has a beginning, middle, and end, and you need to hear all of it, no matter how fast or slow that you're playing. And you guys were playing lightning fast, and I heard every beginning, middle, and end to every note, and together, and you two play very well together, and it was just wonderful to hear. And thank you for bringing that today.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing that piece. Yeah, Maestro?
Yeah, you also look pretty interesting as a duo. Like, you look like a comical duo. So, I mean, it's like, hey, yeah, I was like, oh, so, because you are pretty different one to another. And then, so it's interesting to see you in the stage as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Guys, you have any questions?
No, at the moment.
Comments? Anything you want to say?
I'll just thank you for having this wonderful opportunity for us. Yeah, it's our pleasure.
Oh, yeah, it's our pleasure. Thank you so much for bringing this piece and for preparing it. It was probably countless hours of rehearsing to get that together. What a killer piece. And I want to comment on your visual presentation. It was fabulous, very interactive, and you're very comfortable with your instruments and your bodies. And it's very engaging to watch you as well as to listen to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, so this fabulous clarinet duo from the United States is concluding the performances of this group, and I would like to thank everyone who performed today, who took the courage to step on the virtual stage. And I want to tell our audience again that all the performances you heard today so far, and all of the performances you will hear in the next groups, are live performances by musicians from all different parts of the world, from different countries. They are performing in the moment. These are not recorded, replayed recordings of videos. These are live performances, and musicians are stepping up our gimmicks, because we are not only performing, we are also using this very advanced technology which allows us to be present on the virtual stage. And I appreciate every one of the participants in those auditions for working on your tech. And I want to thank very much our Virtual Concert Hall's team of producers of the show, directors, and broadcast engineers who worked tirelessly for the past 2 weeks, working with every one of the musicians on preparing their tech, on connecting them, and making sure they sound and look their best. Thank you so much, our wonderful team, Ante Božić-Kudrić, Frane Rusinovich, Fedor Uspensky, Igor Zubkovsky, and everyone else who is helping on the back end of those productions. And now I would like to take a quick look at what else you can find we offer throughout the seasons and upcoming, and in the next seasons, what's going on with the virtual concert hall, Sound Espressivo, Progressive Musicians, with all these organizations which put together their efforts to present music in these new formats. So the next coming up for pianists, prominent pianist auditions and the competition and the festival happening in person in the concert hall in Buffalo and Fredonia in upstate New York. And also it's a hybrid production where musicians will be able to participate from their own location and be projected on the big screen in the concert hall. So just a little announcement of this upcoming festival.
Progressive Musicians is a proud sponsor of the New York State Music Teachers Association's very first International Prominent Pianists Festival, open to pianists of all levels locally and internationally. Perform on our live Winners Recital in person at Buffalo's Penny Birchfield Auditorium, or by remote if you can't join us in person. Top prizes will include an opportunity to perform at Carnegie Hall next season. Don't miss your opportunity to improve your skills and to give performances on world-renowned stages.
Yes, that was the announcement to the prominent pianist. We also would like to invite everyone to watch the announcements for call orchestra auditions. We had very successful auditions this past year for musicians who want to perform a concerto or aria with the symphony orchestra, and we have more of those auditions coming up for the next season. We work with various orchestras from different parts of the world. Please keep an eye on those announcements. These are auditions designed for soloists who want to travel the world and perform with various orchestras. Also, we have an ongoing concert season, Sound Espressivo competition concert season, which presents winners and laureates of the Sound Espressivo competition from the past years. And we have solo recitals, group concerts, various instruments, violinists, pianists, singers, cellists, and wind instrument players. Those are fully virtual concerts presented through various social media and video platforms. So stay tuned for more. 2 of those are coming up in the next few weeks. And of course, the next season will be packed with more laureate concerts. We are presenting musicians from all different parts of the world. And I also would like to mention that the Carnegie Auditions will be presenting broadcasts of the New York Chamber Players Orchestra rehearsals with the soloists, and we will also be presenting interviews produced with great help from Steve Robinson, the radio host and producer for many decades, who had been popularizing classical music and growing the audience for all of us. So the New York Chamber Players Orchestra rehearsals will be broadcast live from New York in June, and so will be the interviews with Steve Robinson, who will be sitting down to talk with the laureates who will be chosen to perform in those concerts. And we also have several more awards, classical recognition awards provided to us with a generous sponsorship from our Classical Academy, a company based in Switzerland, which provides musicians with a huge library of master classes, courses, and other very useful materials for their growth from the most prominent musicians of all of our times. We also have James Adler Audience Favorite Award, generously provided to us by James Adler and Adler Ox Music Library, which is designed to encourage musicians to grow their following and their audience, to reach out and make friends with people who appreciate and admire your music. So the audience has a voice. We invite audience members to vote for their favorite musician, and the artist who gets the most votes will receive a generous award of $200 provided to us by James Adler and Adler Oaks Library. So thank you again, everyone who joined us for this broadcast, and we will be on again with the group 5 in just a few minutes. So please stay with us if you have a little bit more time. Hop on to the next broadcast, which will start in a short 10 minutes. We'll see you again soon. Thank you, our judges. And the next group will be dedicated to piano recitalists. And we'll have more coming up. Please stay with us, and then we'll be back with the concerto, and we'll welcome again Maestro Giacomo. Maestro, we'll give you a little break. Let's bring Maestro here. Thank you so much for your wonderful judging. And James, Giacomo, great. Thank you. Giacomo, take a very deserved little break. And we'll have you back with the group 7, and the next groups 6A and 6B will be for piano recitalists. And again, thank you all. Thank you, Virtual Concert Hall's team. Thank you, our audience, for your support, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye.